Hey y'all, how's it going? My name is Jordan, also known as Scraps. Today I thought I would talk about kind of a more melodic type of pluck and chiptune sound. This sound came about when I was trying to discover a different way of how to use a square wave as a one-shot sample instead of a chord or a bass or anything like that. So take a listen to this demo sound and this demo example. This is the synth right here, and I guess I'll just play it for you. I'll also give you a short of demo of this synth right now. Uh-oh. That seems to be a bit of a problem for me. I'm not talking about the synth. Actually, let's start making this right now. I'm gonna go to my Reason, create a new document, drag up my mixer, drag down my sequencer, and in this tutorial, I think it would be best to start out with a combinator. Go to Utilities and Combinator. Inside this combinator, I'm going to right-click, and just in case you can't right-click, you can always hold down Control and left-click to get the same menu. So, right now, I'm going to go to my instruments and choose Maelstrom, Grain Table Synthesizer. I'm going to first attack all of the modulation parameters, then attack the oscillators, the mods, and then finally the filter settings. So for the modulation parameters, we're going to, for the mod wheel, we're going to turn up our index all the way. We're going to turn up our shift to 12. And that's about it. For our oscillator, we don't mess anything with the first oscillator, so I'll take that off. For my second oscillator, I'm actually going to, let me see something real quick. Aha! Alright, so for our oscillator A, we're actually going to be using this. We're going to choose it to a formant. So a formant saw is a voice, and we're going to set the index for the formant saw to 32. So index. Alright, and the motion all the way down to negative 63. We're going to turn up the decay all the way, bring the release a bit, and turn up the attack to a little bit. For our, now that we have our first synth, we're actually going to turn this off. And I'll show you why in a minute. For oscillator B, we're going to turn this on, and we're going to turn it to a square. Just a simple, basic square. We're going to take the shift, and we're going to boost the shift to 26. So, there we go. Alright. And we're going to also take this down an octave and turn up our cent amount full and our semitone amount full. So 12 for the semitone, 50 for plus 50 for the oscillator B cent amount. We're going to take our attack, leave it where it is. We're going to take our decay, and we're going to make that 18. We're going to take our sustain all the way down, and our release, we're going to boost that to about 51. Should be good. Alright, now I'm going to turn this over, and what we actually want for our synth is that we want to take our main outputs out, because as soon as we make this actually, let me do this first. now that we've disconnected Maelstrom, I'm going to right click on my Maelstrom, and I'm going to go to my utilities and create an RPG 8 monophonic arpeggiator. And let's see. Yes, I turn the octave to 3. I turn the insert to 3-1. I choose up and down for the mode. I take the gate length all the way down to probably about 32. And I take the rate and leave it at 16. After this, I'm going to right click and go to my studio effects and create an Reverb advanced reverb. Now when I hit tab to flip this over, notice how it takes out the main output. This is somewhat correct. However, we want to choose our other oscillators. So the only thing we're going to be using from the main output is our filter A, which oscillator A links to naturally. So in order to make this complete, I'm going to take the oscillator output from oscillator B and plug that into the right input of the RV7000 Advanced Reverb. Okay, now that we have it all sorted out, I'm actually going to let's start messing with the parameters. So I'm going to take my dry wet all the way down to probably about 4, my decay 40, and do I do anything with the actual natural patch? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Alright, so after this, I'm going to right click on my RV7000 Advanced Reverb, go to Studio Effects, and choose Line 6 Bass Amp just to turn on the compressor to squash the signal down. After this, I want to choose a regular compressor found in Studio Effects called an M-Class compressor. Now, for the compressor, I'm going to put my input all the way up. I'm going to the threshold and the ratio and everything else is fine. Just take the output and boost it to 5.2. After this, we're going to create a M-Class equalizer. Turn on low cut, parameter 1, parameter 2, and high shelf. For parameter 1, we're going to take this to about 187. Gain down, Q all the way up. Parameter 2, 2856 kilohertz. Gain down, Q all the way up. High shelf will take this all the way down, so that's 3000 kilohertz. We'll boost the gain to about 3. I'm holding shift to get the right amount. 3.1, and take the Q all the way to 2. After this, we're going to create an M-Class maximizer. We're going to take it off limiter. We're going to put the release to auto. Take the soft clip, make sure it's on, and turn the amount to 127. And oh, that's right. After we hook up our Maelstrom, in order to test the synth, we need to take our left and right outputs from our maximizer, and we want to plug that into our from devices. Now if we play a few notes. Hello. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what I did wrong here. It turns out that when I flipped it over and took the left output from the Maelstrom, I forgot to take the right output from the maximizer as well. So I just wanted to let you guys know that in case you guys get more of a right signal than a left signal, be sure to do that. So that's it. Sorry about that. I switched synths to see what was wrong. And it turns out that I'm not sure why it's just coming out the right side. What would happen if we turn up the spread? Nothing. Alright, well, I guess would be the best alternative way to fix this would have to be if I could find the pan amount on the Maelstrom. That's the only thing I can't find on the Maelstrom is a pan. So I'm not sure where to find that. So what I'm going to do is go up to my rack. It's just as you can see from the signal, it's only hitting the right. I'm actually going to take this all the way left, so about -50 should work. Okay, so in order to boost the level back, we're going to take the width amount all the way down to 0. So that's a huge issue if you have a Reason 6.5 or Reason 6 or record. You can just take down the rack. So, I'm sorry, take down the width. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for another crazy, amazing synth. I am building an exotic refill. So the reason why I started converting all my patches from, let's see, yeah, I started converting all my patches to be like, this is a bass, and this is a lead, and this is a synth. I started doing that in the beginning, but that kind of like dropped off because it's boring to me. I don't want to go back and it's like, oh, this is a lead, I'll use this. Oh, this is a bass, I'll use this. I've done that for some patches, and I'll probably just release that as a freebie or like for $1 or something. But so far, it's always best to start out fresh. Like for my exotic refill, I have a filter in here called Unknown. I'm going to go to my custom patches, my refill. The reason why I have a folder called Unknown is because I only have a limited ability to name things before I don't even know what it is anymore. So I have bass, effects, lead, pad, templates, and unknown. I'm actually going to be giving you guys Kong templates and rack Kong templates, and the reason why for this is because it's best to just have a template. I can't see any of this, but it's best to have a template for drums, so you don't have to. It's like, okay, I know I'm gonna be using all wave samples or all eighth or Apple loops, so I made a template so that way it's all Nano XT, and it all has blank information for the EQ, so that way when you want to, you can mess around with the EQ and master it from there. So that's going to be also included as kind of like a little perk to getting this refill. So I just wanted to show you guys what I'm doing. It's been very hectic this week. I have a meeting in about an hour to discuss whether I should be paid for this job or how much I should be paid. It kind of sucks to put a price tag on yourself, but you have to do it for some things. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.